Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got something interesting. We got the Japan Pro, the show wrapped up, the winner is Shaun Clarida, but we got a couple of very interesting things from this show, so let's get into the videos and the photos, let's analyze this show. So, as you guys know, Shaun Clarida, the giant killer, managed to win another open show, and actually the lineup here was pretty decent. I mean, these guys are not Olympians, but they're kind of close to getting there, so it was a pretty good lineup, and Shaun Clarida managed to dominate, even though he was like probably 50, 60, 70 pounds lighter than all of these guys, and I don't even know how much shorter, but yeah, definitely by far the smallest guy on this stage. However, the most complete. Now, in that second spot, we had Florian Poirson. To be honest, I didn't pay too much attention to him. I thought the other guys could beat him at this show, but yeah, he looked good. He was big and full and conditioned, so he cracked that top two. In that third, this time around, we had Jean Pradels. That's how you pronounce his last name, not Jan, not Juan. Actually, it's John. Jan Turek was in fourth. Mark Hector all the way down in fifth. He was also kind of like one of the favorites. And then, all the way down in 8th, we had James Hollingshead. We're going to talk about that guy in a moment. So once again, Shaun Clarida won. He had probably the most complete physique, muscularity-wise, and conditioning as well, as much as we can see. As much as we can see under these terrible, terrible lights. I honestly have no idea why is that such a big issue. At these lower level shows, it's always like that. Terrible lights and terrible, even worse, background. Orange background to fit in with the physiques, and then the lights that I don't even know where they're coming from, like this is just bad. It's pretty much impossible to tell who is in condition, who is not, unless you're there in person. Usually you can see it in person if you're actually close to the stage, but when these shows have lights like this and backgrounds like this, the videos and the photos don't really show much. And it's 2025, it's almost 2026, and we still have this same issue. I don't know, guys, when will this be fixed? Anyways, Shaun Clarida again won. Look at this photo right here. Like, if you show this to somebody who doesn't really follow bodybuilding and you told them this small guy in the middle won this bodybuilding show, what would they think? I mean, if you go pose for pose and if you analyze the physiques, you will see that he is the most complete and I guess the biggest pound for pound, but man, with that height, it's just weird to have a short guy like this win. But what are the judges gonna do? Judge the height? They can't do that. So he has the proportions and he has the best physique, but you know, the height, it doesn't really play a role, obviously. But how far does that go? If he was another 5 inches shorter, would he still be able to win if he was the most complete? It's definitely something to think about. I'm not sure how this should go, but yeah, he won again, and Florian Poirson in that second, he looked good. He looks pretty thick, especially for somebody who was switching back and forth from classic to the open. He has solid thickness. Jan Turek also pretty good. He has a lot of oil everywhere, but like he's in decent condition and he has a lot of size. Jean Pradels, I mean, I think he tried to come in condition and he may look a little bit flatter here. So yeah, he also needs to do a lot of work to actually get to achieve his potential, which is big. He has a lot of potential, but he's not achieving it this year. Mark Hector, yeah, like I told you guys, he looks great in the photos on IG, but on stage you can see a lot of glaring weaknesses, especially from the back in his case. But yeah, among all these guys right here, Shaun has definitely the best muscle density, the best conditioning, details, just raw size on that frame. So yeah, I mean, I have to agree with the decision, even though I'm not sure how the height should be judged. Should it be considered at all? And to which extent it should not be a factor? I'm sure this gave the judges some trouble, you know, giving a victory to a guy that is obviously by far the smallest. But yeah, like he meets the criteria. You can't say somebody beat him because they were taller, or can you? I'm wondering what do you guys think, but yeah, like the way I see it, sure, Shaun won this I guess they could have given it to Florian. He's the only guy that maybe could have challenged Shaun here because of his height. If they were the same height than Shaun all day, and the other guys, they were all, I mean, they're not on that level, right? Like Jan Turek, not the greatest condition, too much oil in the physique. Jean Pradels, not the greatest condition. So yeah, Shaun won, and I can say deservedly so. Yeah, I guess. I would say he brought a pretty good peak to this show with the help of his coach, John Jewett, but again, it's very difficult to say because the lighting was just terrible. Really, really bad. So yeah, as you can see, guys, it looks like he was on. I think he was, and that's why he won. Now, as far as Jean Pradels, this is probably his last show of the year. I don't think he's planning on doing any more shows. I think there is also Portugal Pro left, but I don't know if he's doing that. Maybe he actually ends up doing that show as well. I don't know which show in a row this is for him. For this show, I think he tried to come in more conditioned. He probably pushed for that condition, and I don't think he improved it too much, maybe slightly from the back, but I think he lost some fullness, especially in the legs. And he still wasn't in great condition, so if he was completely shredded from the back this entire off-season, he probably wouldn't be getting that second spot so many times. So I think this is probably the best way he could have done this season with the amount of muscle he has. He just couldn't afford to go all the way down with that condition to get his glutes and back shredded. He would just lose too much volume from the front, in the legs, and his upper body. And guys, this guy is not exactly new and super young. I think he's in his late 20s, and he turned pro a couple of years ago, and he looked very similar, I would say, for the past couple of years. So it's not like he's a new kid who just got into bodybuilding and he's going to make a ton of progress over the next couple of years. He might. I don't know what he was doing so far. Maybe he wasn't too focused. So if he actually gets super driven, super focused, he actually might make a ton of progress, but maybe he's going to remain pretty much the same for another couple of years and never fulfill his maximum potential. Guys like Fuarabia, they're basically saying that he's the next Mr. Olympia. He might be, we'll see, but it's not like he's this new freak. He's been around for a while. It's this year he improved a little bit and kind of broke through the ranks, but if he wants to win pro shows and place well at the Mr. Olympia, he needs to really focus and improve his physique, especially from the back, because this right here is amateurish, basically, from behind. Like, compare his back to that of even Florian Persson, not just Shaun Clarida. And honestly, I have no idea how he's even placing that high with a back looking like this. Compare his back to Jan Turek's back. Again, I was there at Romania Pro. I didn't think he was second because of this. Like, I would definitely have to punish a bodybuilder for having a smooth and small and soft back, and the entire back side like this. This is bad, guys. This is bad. Yeah, he's super impressive from the front. He has that crazy taper, crazy quads and biceps and lats are popping out. Really good shape. From the side, he's good as well, but he's just too bad from the back. I hope he can do something about this for the next year, but yeah, this year it seems like he's not getting that Mr. Olympic qualification, and I think that's fair. I think he needs to take an off-season, serious off-season, and try and improve his rear side completely. All right, now all the way down to 8th spot, we had James Hollingshead. And you guys know what's going to happen after the show. Since he didn't crack the top 6, he's going to have to fire his coach, of course. Here's a photo of him with Beef Stew, who took that 7th spot, and James was in 8th. Man, 8th spot at a show like this. This guy was top 5 at the Arnold Classic once. And he was talked about as like a potential great Olympian, but things are definitely not going his way. I gotta say the same thing about Beef Stew. Like, this guy was doing really well at some point. He was close to winning the New York Pro. And ever since then, he just can't really nail the condition, the peak. He's always either too soft or too full, watery. I don't know what is the problem, but he never really nails it. He nailed it for those couple of shows in the beginning, and he was the big thing. There was a lot of talk about him, and now he's just failing left and right. So beef stew all the way down in 7th, James freaking 8th spot. And you guys also know, you can imagine what he said after the show about his coach. Pretty much the same thing he said about Chris Tuttle before he fired him, or ghosted him basically. So James says, extremely happy with what we brought today. The exciting part comes next, improving. I felt we did an incredible job, especially on such a short time frame. Zach, Team Pro Coach, is the man. Looking forward to the road ahead, brother. Definitely not retiring after that performance. Congratulations to everybody, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I honestly doubt that he is truly extremely happy with what he did, what he brought today. 8th spot at a show like this. I mean, he did a full prep this year with Chris Tuttle. Failed pretty miserably at the France Pro and then again at the British Grand Prix. And now, even worse, at the Japan Pro. He fell all the way down to 8, guys. I mean, again, this guy was a top 5 Arnold Classic competitor. What the hell is even happening? Why is he failing so badly? He says he's extremely happy and he's excited about the off-season. Yeah, I'm sure he's excited to train and improve and eat, but as far as this season, he can't be happy with this. No way. But I mean, was it a good look for James for this year? I would say it's an improved look. He looks fuller, not super conditioned, but not terribly off with condition. So I think this is probably the best he could have gotten out of his body this year. Chris Tuttle said something like, it's easy to pick a competitor after he has been dieted down, after he got lean, just to bring him in fuller. That's easy. Well, it seems like it's not really that easy, because it seems like he burned through too much muscle and now he's trying to bring back the fullness, but he's sacrificing condition for it. I'm guessing that's the only explanation, because this is not the biggest or the most conditioned James ever. One thing is for sure, James is firing Zach, Team Pro Coach, in a couple of weeks, maybe. I mean, yeah, I know he's saying he won't, and I personally think he probably shouldn't. I don't know what this guy is like as a coach, but he's there, he's with James, they live in the same city, I think, so if he has his eyes on him, and if they actually do a full off-season and a full prep together, that could work out well. And again, what I'm seeing right here, for example, this is not a stage shot again, but the lighting on the stage was terrible, so I think these are probably showing a more realistic picture. So if he looked like this after what happened to him at the France Pro, then I think he brought his body back to life as much as he could in that short time. But after he burned through so much muscle with his prep with Chris Tuttle, there was no coming back. So yeah, a full off season, and maybe next year he's gonna crack a top 6 at a low-level pro show again. I mean, if that's his goal, then, I mean, I feel sorry for him, because at one point he was basically almost winning British. I think he won a British Grand Prix once. He won a couple of pro shows. He was top 5 at the Arnold Classic, and it's not like he looks that much worse. But for some reason, he just keeps failing. In my opinion, it's basically because he just misses the peak. He just isn't able to peak his physique in the best way possible. He can't really deliver good size and fullness with good condition. And guys, you probably know what I'm gonna say. If I was coaching James, if I had that opportunity, and if he actually trusted me and actually did what I said, I'm sure I would bring him very, very well peaked. It's not that difficult if you know a couple of things. And if you guys are prepping for a show, or you just need to get in condition, at even bodybuilding coaching, guys, I'm very affordable and I'm very available. I hear crazy stories from these competitors who hire top-level coaches. They pay all this money. They never even hear from them. So it's definitely a stupid decision. I've been there myself as well, so I wouldn't repeat it again. So don't make that mistake, guys. If you're not a super high-level competitor, somebody who coaches 500 clients is not going to pay attention to you. I have a limited number of clients that I coach and I pay all of attention to you guys. So again, DM me at even bodybuilding coaching on Instagram. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what are your thoughts on Shaun Clarida winning and James placing in 8th. What do you think is James gonna do? Is he gonna fire his coach this time around, or maybe not? Whatever you think, guys, down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you soon. All the best and bye bye.